Hello everybody and welcome to this set of tutorials about Fusion 360. Every single thing probably starts with a 2D sketch. So we are going to work on 2D sketches for quite a while before we actually create solids and extrude them and turn them into more than a 2D drawing. So the very first exercise we're going to develop is this plate that we have over here. It looks like it's a connector plate. And what we're going to do is that we're going to sketch it. So let's go to Fusion 360. And the first thing that I want you to do is toggle where it says layout grid. Just make sure this has a check mark. That way you can see the whole grid. And we are good to go. Since you did the introduction to 3D modeling, you should know about all the viewports and everything on this side, what's for, etc., and how to kind of navigate through the different tools that Fusion 360 has. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to focus on sketches, and then you will have an exercise towards the end of the class. Okay, so make sure that you have your browser opened and your browser has the document settings, and these document settings have the units set for millimeters. And here you can change the unit type, okay? And you should see a display menu on the right that says change active units. You can have centimeters, millimeters, meters, inches, and feet. So we're gonna select millimeters. That's pretty much the one that we have, and we're going to start sketching. So click on the top view, and on the top view make sure the top view is correct. So I'm going to just rotate a little bit so it says top right over here, and I'm going to start drawing my sketch. Okay, so this is the sketch that I have, and it's very simple. I'm just going to start. Since it's not symmetrical, I'm not going to draw half of it, or I'm not going to look for the center or the center plane. Then I can mirror. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start creating these lines. So I'm going to start with this line, which is 46 millimeters. Okay, and basically I click on sketch and click on this plane. You can also select the planes from the origin. Here are all the planes, right? So after you click on sketch, you have all the options here. So we're going to start creating a line. I'm going to click on the origin point, and this line has some dimensions. Okay, so I'm going to type in the dimensions since I have them right here. So it's 46. Okay, I'm going to type them in, 46. Okay, and then I'm going to press enter. It's 0 degrees. Okay, so we have 46 at 0 degrees. I'm going to change this sketch dimension to the bottom so I can see it better. Okay, now there are two types of lines. This is a solid line, so this is not this is a line that I'm actually going to use for the outline of my complete sketch. But I can also create a line which is a constructor or a construction line, and this construction line allows me to create like helper lines just to create more lines. Okay, so let's say we wanted to create the half of this, but I just needed to know which one. This is a construction line, okay, and so it's dotted. That is the difference between an outline and the construction line. Got it? Okay. So let's continue with our next line, and it looks like we have a line. Oh, okay, let's start with this one. It's 9.78 millimeters. This is straight, so it's 90 degrees. I'm going to create that construction. I'm going to over here, and I'm going to click on 9.70. Sorry, 9.78. Okay, 9.78. And it looks like it's 90 degrees. Okay, so there I go. I can click on the check mark so I can finish this line or continue making all my lines. Okay, now I'm going to continue I can start over here. I'm going to make this line over here. Okay, it's pretty much 42 and at a 144 degrees. Okay, I'm going to click here and I'm going to click, and then it says 42 millimeters. And the angle, as you can see, the angle can change. So I just click on the tab button from my keyboard and I can select the angle. If I put 144, he is just writing the angle on this side, okay? But if I move my line, then it's 144 and he's changing the measurement. So he's going to measure from left to right. Okay, so I'm going to click here and I have 144, and then I'm going to click on the check mark and I have my line. Okay, if this if you want to, like, I'm still like drawing, if you want to remove this from the sketch, you just click on escape and now you can select different parts of your sketch. So I'm going to just move it here and make it really small so I can see it better. Okay. Okay, now I continue with this one, 20. So I'm going to start moving a little bit faster. Click on line. So this is 20. Okay. Enter. Move this to the back. Then I have, okay. Now, what I need is, I have 30 and this is 50. So this portion would be 50 minus 30. You can also put these operations inside the sketch. So this segment over here would be 50 minus 30. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Just create a line that is basically 50 minus 30, okay, which is 20. Okay, just simple math. Then I have 10 that goes up. Okay. On Fusion 360, if you right click and you draw a line to the top, you're repeating whatever you were doing before. Okay, so this is 10. Okay, and basically this is 30. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, click 30. Okay, so I'm drawing these lines, and you can see I haven't like clicked on the check mark because I don't want to finish yet. I'm going to go down 18. So 18, enter, and then I want to go straight to 44. Go 44. Okay, and then I'm going to go down 18.34. Okay, and then I'm going to just connect these two. Okay, now this line is the result, like the sketch dimension of this line is the result of having all these dimensions. Okay, so if you click on sketch dimension and figure out what is this size, this size is a driven dimension because otherwise all these are connected. So this driven dimension cannot be changed. Okay, it cannot be changed, so it should be 16.431 if you did it correctly. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of like move this a little bit so I can see my sketches or my dimensions a little bit better, just because I want to make this really nice, kind of like engineering view, and so everybody that looks at my drawing or my sketch can understand where I got all the measurements. Okay, so this is a very simple way to create a sketch. Now all these sketches have dimensions, and the important thing about creating dimensions in your sketches, if you change something, then you will drive others. So if you change this to, let's say, 25, then it changes like these other dimensions, the driven dimensions. Okay, so now this one changed a little. Okay, so you can see they had to change like that. 25 changed. Now these 10 are driven over here. Okay, So this is pretty much the sketch that I want you to practice with, and I'm going to give you the exercise right now. Okay, so what you're going to do is that you're going to develop this design, very simple design. You might take around 10 minutes. One thing you want to do is just save this document or save it on your folder, the one that it's shared with me previously. Share in that folder, and you're going to put sketch practice 1, sketch practice 1, and you want to type your name right over here. Okay, that way I can know, and that way I can give you some feedback, or I might help you out. So that is all for today. Tutorials are going to get faster and faster since we are getting to know more tools and become more comfortable with these tools. Okay.